Women have pushed men to the brink. Women have pushed men to the brink. Guys, I was thinking about this subject earlier and I wanted to talk a little bit about it because now you're seeing more men walking away or actually going their own way and choosing to avoid relationships and society as a whole. Watching this video to fully understand how and why women have pushed men to the brink and the implications this is going to have on society for both women, men, and the future of mankind. And now let's just go ahead and jump right into the video.
Wanted to take you on a first date. Would Pizza Hut be okay?
It depends.
What would it depend on?
How much I liked you. It would depend.
So for the guys who you like the least amount, where would you want them to take you?
Like a 5-star steakhouse.
And the guys you like the most, where would you go with them?
I would probably expect less, just because I like them.
But why make the man that you like the least amount invest more up front than the guys who you're more attracted to?
Because he's got to work for it. Since I like him the least amount, he's got to work for it. At least I'm giving him a chance.
You're the prize in a relationship.
Duh.
Exactly. Exactly.
Why wouldn't we be?
But the more attractive guy, he's the prize to you.
Not really. They're never a prize.
No. I believe the woman's always a prize. Man should work for a woman.
And what should a woman do for a man?
Oh, that's a good...
See, that's a good question. It's a big scam. It's a big scam. All right. And women have been playing this game for so long. And the simps are like, yeah, yeah. Guys, they can't be stopped at this point. You have to understand that the simps are so far gone, they cannot be stopped. This is their means of survival. And guys like Jordan Peterson and even psych hacks, they'll walk the line, but they will never ever talk about female nature. We talk about male nature. For example, I saw Fresh and Fit talk about this, where a bunch of guys can sit in a room and you could talk about the fact that guys are predispositioned to want physical intimacy. You can talk about the negative aspects of male nature, and not a single guy will blink an eye at this. When girls are growing up, their fathers will pull them aside and tell them about men and what men desire and what men want from them. And this is something that women never do for their sons. Women never stop and they never tell their sons about female nature. And the reason why is because it's hidden and shielded away from men. And the very moment that you start talking about female nature, they call it hate. Think about this. We can talk about the negative aspects of men, the negative aspects of male nature, but we are never allowed to explore the negative aspects of female nature. It's a very interesting thing. We are left in the dark by our parents, by society, and if we ever try to talk about these things, we are immediately called women haters and sent off and banished to the shadow realm. It's a horrible thing. And these guys like Psych Hacks, for example, I give you guys an example recently in one of my videos where he talked about a relationship he had with a woman, and he was dating this woman, and basically he would explain to her how her behavior affected him, and it would just go in one ear and out the other, and it's like she would just completely forget everything he said instantly as soon as he said it to her. And one day he basically just flipped out on her after trying to explain himself patiently many times, and finally it suddenly clicked with her. Psych Hacks, I like the guy. I really respect a lot of the things he's saying. I don't even want to call him an idiot. I feel that, he's about my age. Thought he was younger. But I feel like he's refusing to cross that line. A lot of it is money related because he doesn't want to lose his female subscriber base. Same thing with Jordan Peterson. They don't want to confront female nature. They don't want to admit the truth. For example, in the example I just gave you with Psych Hacks and that chick who was like basically ignoring everything he was saying and creating toxicness in their relationship. And when he finally screamed at her, and she was receptive to that, and he's like, well, I immediately broke up with her because, that was a toxic relationship. Bro, that's how most women are. And he doesn't want to acknowledge that. That's not isolated to one woman. No woman is better than the other woman. All right. Some basically just hide it better than the others. The reason she understood, that woman he was dating understood everything that he was saying. She just did not care. She wanted him to basically break. She wanted to push and push and push and see how long it would take before he absolutely flipped out on her. Okay? She knew exactly what she was doing. She's not stupid. She's not a child. She is a functional adult. She knows exactly the outcome she was looking for. She wanted to see how long it would take to break this guy, because most women spend their lives, their entire lives, in chaos. All right. So it's only natural for them to invite chaos into the relationship and to create chaos in a relationship. This is the reason why women thrive in times of crisis, because they get to choose from the winners and the losers. All right. That's Women love the streets because the streets are chaotic. Hence, it is from the streets that they came, and it's to the streets that they shall return. Guys like psych hacks, they're very intelligent. They understand a lot about society and relationships, but they don't want to cross to that point where they conclude and accept that we're dealing with individuals who are functionally insane at best. Functionally insane. Women basically perceive things and process things using feelings. So men are logical by nature. So we operate using facts. For us, if things don't align, if our reality does not align with the facts around us, and it feels like there's nothing we can do, that's when we fall into our feelings. When the facts don't make sense, or we're not able to survive and thrive regardless of playing by the rules, that's when things really fall apart for us psychologically. With women, it's completely different. When things do not align with their feelings, that's when they fall apart, because women are not fact-based, they are feeling-based. This is why emotions are a currency for women. Wherever the wind blows, her feelings will go. Women basically replace facts with feelings. Hence, sometimes you're like, I don't know what a woman is saying. Like, she's telling me to go left and right at the same time. This doesn't make any sense whatsoever, you know? But then when you understand that she's basically just choosing the feelings that she likes the most and going with that, then you basically understand you're dealing with something that is essentially functionally insane at best, because the way that they choose to operate in society and in the world is based on choosing what feels right, not what is right, not what the facts are. It doesn't matter if this could lead to destruction of one's life. They don't care, because there's only one thing that a woman truly trusts in this world, and those are her feelings. But yet again, wherever the wind blows, her feelings will go. Women have pushed men to the brink, and you're seeing as men walk away from society, are pushed out of society. They're being, spat upon. They're being, chastised. They're being attacked even as they leave. You have simps that are attacking. You have women that are attacking. Guys, women would choose men over money. Women would choose money over men, but women are infuriated at the idea of a man choosing money over women. This is and simps are the exact same way. Guys, these simps, to be very clear, you have to stand strong as a man today. You have to be strong, and you have to understand that you're dealing with a society that hates you. You're dealing with individuals that hate you. Men are being punished for having thoughts today. Even thoughts. How dare you think about masculinity and being a better version of yourself? How dare you want to work out, make money, and learn how to take care of yourself? How dare you want to be masculine? Like, these are things that will lead to you being punished. We are being monitored for the YouTube videos that we watch. We're being monitored as we play video games. We're being reported to the police if we are our Department of Terrorism in the UK. If we're even suspected of being susceptible to extreme misogyny. Guys, I've told you that these individuals, like women, do not seem to comprehend. They basically traded in men for the state. So the authority over women transferred from men to the state. So now they are under the direct authority of the state. They are given special privileges of the state. They operate as agents of the state, but they do not comprehend that they are now under the rulership and direct ownership of the state. So anything that happens from this point on, it is between them and the state. And the state, they do not rule over the state. The state has given them special privileges. They think that they have rights. No, they have special privileges. And those privileges can be taken away at any given time. Men are the ones who stand up to tyranny. Okay? But women traded in men for the state. They traded in men for public assistance, for special privileges. Okay, but those privileges can be taken away. And as we're going into a society and into a world right now where resources are becoming more scarce, where hyperinflation is becoming more rapid, where it's becoming much more difficult for people to survive in Western society, you're seeing women basically beginning to approach men saying, "Give me more, hand it over," and shaming you for leaving. They shame guys. They say that a man should never approach a woman that he doesn't know. They don't want you in the gym. They don't want male dominated spaces. They don't even want you playing video games together. But then at the same time, they're like, "Where are all the men? Where are all the men?" Guys, they love the chaos that they have created, and they don't seem to comprehend or care that we're heading towards a situation where groups of people in society are going to collapse. All right. And then, of course, their belief system is that they'll just simply go and find men to provide for them or force society to subsidize their living. Women don't plan ahead. You have to understand, women do not plan ahead. They basically are very focused on the moment. They do not look at things using facts. And as a result of not looking at things using facts, they will listen to their feelings. And then when everything in their life has been destroyed, and they have scorched the earth. They've completely scorched the earth as a result of listening to their feelings. Then and only then will they stop and look at the facts and say, "Yeah, I destroyed my life. I destroyed my life because I listened to my feelings and did not look at the facts." And then the irony is, these are the same women that told other women to do exactly what they did, and they have zero remorse in the situation. All of these women who chose to be childless and single and prioritize their careers, they are still telling young women that these young women can have it all, even as these childless women now say that they're going to go and find husbands and start families. And they're lying. They're crying themselves to sleep at night, but they're trying to drag as many other young women down with them. The same women who dated older men when they were in their late teens and 20s are now saying that it's wrong for the same men to date younger women. So, for example, a man who was in his 30s and 40s was dating these women when they were in their late teens and their early 20s. But now that these women are in their 40s, they don't want men who are in their 30s and 40s to date women who are in their late teens and their 20s. So they had their free ride. They had their fun, but now they're furious because they no longer have access to these men. So now they're calling these men creepy, even though they were dating these same exact men when they were these ages. Do you see how corrupt it is? So they don't even want other women to come up. They don't even want other women to have the same opportunities that they had, but they will sabotage those relationships by claiming that, "Hey, ladies, but hey, you can do it too. You can have everything that you want in this world, and don't listen to the man, don't listen to anyone else. All you have to do is basically go down this path of listening to your emotions, listening to your feelings, and your feelings are going to get you whatever you want." Because, basically it's as if their feelings never lied to them. They must learn to trust their feelings like they must learn to trust their friends. You know something about friendship? All those friends, when they get older, eventually betray them and disappear on them. When bad health comes, when they develop CANCER, they don't have any friends. Those friends leave them. The only person that would stick around through the good and the bad is a loyal man. And a lot of women today have conditioned men to basically either walk away or become toxic.
I wanted to take you on a first date. What do you expect out of it?
A good meal, like good conversation, and then like at the end, honestly, decide like if you think you're gonna work out or not.
Would you be open to kissing on the first date?
Depends on the vibes. I don't know.
What about sex?
Depends on the vibes. Probably not. I don't know. See where the night takes you. Like if we like hit it off so great, amazing, maybe, but probably not. I don't know.
How much would a good meal cost in your eyes?
I don't even feel like it's got to be that expensive. I love a good hot dog, so.
We could go to the fair and just eat hot dogs, no rides, maybe do a couple games, and you'd be cool with that?
Yeah, as long as you put effort into it.
What if I said, I'm going to pick you up and
God, screw the shit out of me.
What if I said I'll pick you up and we'll go to like Burger King?
I mean, maybe. What are you doing? I'm talking to him.
I mean, guys, this is the reality that we are looking at right now. You know, modern women are in a position where they don't want an average guy. They want guys who have lots of money. But some of them are changing their strategies where they're like, "Oh, I'm just a normal girl. I'm a girly girl." First off, the only guy that she's going to go out and have hot dogs with is a Chad or a Tyrone. All right. In fact, and let me make this clear, she's going to pay for his meal. All right, because those are the men that she loves. Those are the men she actually desires. Those are the men that she actually wants to be in a relationship with. Everyone else is going to have to pay more for it. Okay. And the reason why they're saying things like, "Oh, I'll settle for less. I'm more than happy to go for a hot dog," and stuff like this is because they're still just trying to maintain the status quo. Because we're in the age of soft guy era right now, where a lot of men are expecting women to pay for the date. And they're like, "You don't even want to pay for a hot dog?" No, babe. You can pay for your hot dog or you can pay for my hot dog too. They still want to maintain the status quo of traditionalism where the man has to pay for the girl and the man has to provide his time to her, which is absolute garbage. She just wants your attention, your time, and your money. Okay? Historically, if a man went out on a date with the girl, typically it was basically a dinner and a movie, usually led to physical intimacy. Now, women, on the other hand, have been taking advantage of men and doing these foodie calls. They don't have any money, guys. You know how expensive a hot dog is today? Like 2 hot dogs, bro. If in a place like, first off, no one just wants one hot dog. These hot dogs are tiny, so each person's gonna have like 2 or 3 hot dogs. I'm just being honest. A hot dog, maybe some fries and a drink. That's easily $30. I'm just so serious. Like, guys, a couple of hot dogs for a couple of hot dogs for me, a couple of hot dogs for the girl, a drink, and a drink for both of us in some place like New York, that's easily $25, $30. Easily $25, $30. Okay? $5 a hot dog. Come on, y'all. $5 a drink. You've got to be kidding me. All right? That's New York. That's Miami. That's LA. Even San Diego. You've got to be kidding me. Some of you are like, "Where are you talking about? Where? I don't know. Where are you talking about $5 a hot dog?" Bro, it's $5 a hot dog. It's $5 a hot dog, okay? You guys are out of your damn minds. It's $5 a hot dog in these major cities. Oh, well, I don't, that's why I don't eat out. We're talking about going out on dates. Yeah, I don't do that either. All right. So then don't say anything. I know I can anticipate the stupid shit that comes out of the mouths of a lot of you guys right now. That's I'm getting a lot more pissed off because I see some stupid fucking comments from you guys. And those comments just piss me the hell off. And it's so many of them. It's like I block you and you just keep running. The simps, I tell you. But yeah, modern women have put themselves between a rock and a hard place. And they're still trying to hold on. Because you have women who are not traditional that want traditional men. And the fact is they're realizing now, some of them are realizing that if a woman comes straight out and says, "I want a man with a lot of money who's 6 feet tall," and all of this other bullshit, all men are going to avoid them. Millionaires are going to avoid them. 6-figure guys are going to avoid them. All men are going to avoid them. So now they're basically trying to pretend and act like, they're girly girls and they're modest and they just want a good man and they'll accept just about any man. That's bullshit. What they're doing is they're trying to lower the guard of men right now so that they can then pick and choose for men. Because a lot of men who are watching these women on the internet and that are doing these things and saying these things and behaving in a bad way and like they want the 666 guy, they realize that wealthy men of all backgrounds right now are avoiding women in general. So they're going to come out and they're going to say, "Okay, yeah, no, I'm that girl who is just looking for a good guy, and like a simple meal, and you could just take me wherever." They don't want a simple meal. They don't want you to take them wherever. But the fact is, they see that most men are not approaching women anymore. They're not going on dates anymore. So they're going to pretend and act like they're modest women, and they're just looking for a nice traditional guy. But the reality is that these are empowered women pretending to be feminine women, and they're looking for the 666 guy, and they're basically just pretending to be modest women, so they can then pick and choose from all the different guys. That's the reality, okay? Because most men are avoiding women at this point. Men are walking away, going MWA, men with alternatives, and finding and exploring their alternatives, like, going overseas to find a woman overseas, or they're going MGTOW and completely avoiding relationships in society. Okay, so some women are consciously aware of this, and as a result of that, they're doing what they have to do, and doing what they have to do essentially means that they are basically pretending to be something they're not, pretending that they're modest, that they're simple, that they're feminine, when a lot of these people are very masculine, and they've been in the streets, they have body counts higher than that would make Master Chief say, wow, that's high. And that's just it. Guys, men, on the other hand, are done with society. A lot of women have pushed them to the brink, that men are at their breaking point, and a lot of guys are never going to come back. Most men will probably never come back. The more I learn about women, about their lifestyle, how they operate, the more disgusted I become in general by some of the things I've heard, and it makes it much harder to connect with women. It's like, oh, you need to learn how to respect women. There was a time where I did respect women, but then when I hear about the lifestyles, when I hear about the godliness, ungodliness, when I see how women treat men, the level of disrespect, here's the thing that women don't understand. Men, women think that we're stupid. A woman will say, well, she wants to see how you treat the women in your life, because that is a reflection of how you will treat her. But they don't seem to comprehend that a lot of men will say, okay, we're going to look at how you treat the men in your life, because that's a reflection of how you will treat us. If you're going to cheat on your boyfriend with me, then, or leave your boyfriend for me, then that means that eventually you will leave me for someone else. You are just monkey branching, but you think that I'm so stupid that I can't figure it out. A lot of women are going to find themselves single, in hardship, and there's not going to be anyone coming to their defense, anyone coming to save them, anyone coming to help them. It's just going to basically be them. A lot of women are going to find themselves, in the coming years, facing increased amounts of destitution, poverty, hardship, and that's just a reality that they created for themselves. That's just a reality they created for themselves. By the way, guys, join my Substacks for insights on world events, wealth building tips, practical living advice, social issues, and you can also get access to my free digital nomad blueprint, which is linked in the description of the video, so you can go check that out. Guys, women have pushed men to the brink. What do you think regarding this? Let me know your thoughts. We'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away, and share.